Gonna look at some plays, prospect plays I like for today. First, let's get into the review from yesterday. Over the last 2 days, we gave picks, but it wasn't yesterday. It was from Tuesday of this week. There was no plays yesterday. Gave you Jay Navi, Najee Marshall, and Sandro. We covered on all of these, the over on all of these. Ivy only had 4 rebounds, so he covered it for the book spread. He pushed on the PrizePicks line, which means a win for us. So over the last 2 days that we betted, the 21st and the 20th, we are 5 the first day and 3 today, 3 on Tuesday. We're 8-0. So hey, let's try to keep that going again today. Today, I'm looking at a specific college game. We're looking at Arkansas versus UCONN. Should be a very high-level game. I think the spread, UConn is favored by like 4.5. The total is 140. I think this game will end up in the 70s. I think it will be played at a high level. These teams are going to go at it. You got 2 high-energy coaches, and you got some players to me that are very interesting. First player we're going to look at is Devontae Davis, Arkansas. We're looking at his points, rebounds, assists of 17.5. You see a projection of 22.83. He had a huge game last game. Minus 120 to go over this. And you get this line on PrizePicks also of 17.5. Let's look at Davis a little bit closer. You can see for the season, which is the last 30 games I put in, he's smashed this the over on this 60% of the time. Let's look at the last 10, 60% of the time also. So let's break it down to the tournament. In his 2 tournament games, he's had 23 and 34 points, rebounds, and assists. Against Kansas, a good team. Against Illinois, a good team. I can't see why 17.5 isn't in reach for the over here. He does have the toughest defensive matchup of the day. He's going to be facing Hawkins, and Hawkins run around like Steph Curry. So he's a junior. I think he's ready for it. I think he knows what he has to do, but he knows he has to contribute on both ends. And I think 17.5 is the over, in play for his points, rebounds, and assists. Second player I'm looking at is coming from that game also, and we're going to look at Hawkins, Jordan Hawkins. We're going to look at his points, rebounds, and assists, which is 19.5, projection of 21.19. Let's look at Hawkins a little bit closer. As you can see, his last 5, he's only did it 40% of the time, and none of the 2 current games, 2 games that he played in a tournament. And that's something that we really have to take into consideration. His last 10, he's done it 50% of the time. Last 30, he's done it 60% of the time. But the last 5, the last 2 tournament games, 18 and 12. Arkansas is very long on the perimeter, very long. Seems to cause the opposing guards tough shots, and they're holding teams to like 30% from the 3-point line in the last few games. I think that length is going to bother him, but we will see. The game is in Vegas. Long trip across country. We'll see how these guys settle in and see what's going to happen. And I'm really looking at the under on this one. I think this could be an under, but we definitely need to do more research before we come to a conclusion on that. Let's move on to the next player. Next player I'm looking at from this game, Arkansas versus UConn, is Nick Smith Jr. Points, rebounds, and assists, 16.5. Projected lottery pick, but Coach Musselman for Arkansas isn't treating him like a lottery pick. He's got pulled in the last 2 games quickly for what I saw, not stepping up to the moment. And I can't see why Coach Musk will not do it again. But on the other hand, if Smith gets hot, you can see what he does. So in his last 5, previous to the last 2 games where he got pulled very quickly against Illinois and against Kansas, he only had 16 minutes against Kansas. He had 28 against Illinois, but he didn't do too much. Prior to that, you can see he was smashing his prop. Let's look at his last 10. Last 10, 50%, he hits get over 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Last 30, 50%. He didn't play the whole season, but this last 5 right here, I'm looking at this and I'm telling you, when I saw last 2 games, Musselman will pull the trigger on Smith quickly, but of course if Smith gets hot, Musk is not going to take him out. But so you kind of have to predict how he's going to play after 2 bad games. Is he going to step it up? Is Coach Musk still going to have a quick trigger? I'm leaning toward the under on this. I'm leaning toward the under from what I've seen in the last 2 tournament games. And the last player we're looking at is going to be from this game also, Adam Sanago, the center, 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I can tell you, I think this number is a little high, even though he's exceeded that in his last 3 games. Arkansas has 3 big men that they can throw at him. They're not too much worried about fouls and all that. And the big men that they're throwing at him are decent. He's going to get his points. He's going to get some points. He's going to get some rebounds. Let's see what his assist prop is. His assist prop is 0.5. And he's going to have to be productive, rebounds and points. I think his rebounds will be limited, or at average during this game. I don't think it will over exceed, because Arkansas's big men are decent. They got 3 big men that they're going to throw at him who work very hard down there. So points, rebounds, and assists, 26.5 is the line. That same line is available on PrizePicks. We'll see. Do a little bit more research. That number seems a little high to me. So those are 4 college plays that I'm looking at today. Probably come back with another video for the pros, but look at these players. See if you can incorporate them into your plays tonight. Out of the 4 I gave you, Nick Smith is the one that really stands out to me, because it's going to be based on his playing time. 16.5 is high, and it's based on his playing time. And from what I've seen with the history of this tournament, Musselman will pull him pretty quick. So that is all I have. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. That'd be greatly appreciated. You can get all my premium picks over on Patreon. It's running across the screen, and it's in the description down low. Until the next video, peace.